Whew. Watching the Cardinals get eliminated last night was amazing. But what's better is Brewers fans don't gotta worry about the Cardinals. Except we gotta worry about the Giants and the Dodgers if we firstly advance against the Braves. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I'm excited. Y'all should be too. Claws up, Milwaukee. We got Brewers postseason.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your man, Club Boy Baz. Welcome to another episode of It's Go Sports. With that, the regular season is over, and I can't believe it. It's crazy to even think about, but that's that. So 2 weeks ago, Brewers, they clinched the division. Last week, they went 1-5 because honestly, they didn't really care, and the Cardinals and the Dodgers were really trying to push themselves to get in, which makes sense. But watching the Cardinals lose, that was amazing. That was pretty awesome. Walk-off win for the Dodgers, and they'll be playing the Giants. That's going to be a great series. So anyways, we're talking about Brewers. No other baseball team, but anyways, the Crew, they finished at a 95-67 record, which was the same record in 2018, not counting Game 163. And they have brought me more joy than I could have ever imagined. I never would have thought that this team, the players that we have right now, could actually finish with that record. And really, I think it has to do with our pitching. That's a big reason. And the arrival of Willy Adames in that trade. Of course, we did good in April, and then May we were struggling because we couldn't really... Urias was really struggling defensively. Then we bring in Adames, and he completely changes everything. The win percentage, everything shifted when we got Adames. And that is what really shifted the clubhouse entirely. Corbin Burnes, he's turning himself into a top starting pitcher. I think last year everyone was saying he's probably the most underrated pitcher. I think this playoffs could basically make him look like a star if the Brewers really push themselves in a good position. He's breaking records left and right, and he has won the NL ERA for the first time in Milwaukee Brewers history. That's insane, and it's true. Also, the other really good pitcher we got, Brandon Woodruff, he threw 179.1 innings, making him a qualifier among all baseball for something he's never done before. That's a lot of innings. Also, Josh Hader are, of course, one of the best closers in baseball right now, and closers ever, if you really got to be put into that category. He had his best season. He posted a minuscule 1.23 ERA. Are you kidding me? Also, talk about Luis Urias. He silenced his doubters, and he hit 23 home runs and got a 789 OPS. And then finally, you got Avi Garcia, playing how I expected him to play, leading this team with 29 home runs and RBI and like almost, I think, 80, 90 home RBIs or something like that. It's crazy. So, Brewers, they're playing the Atlanta Braves in tomorrow. I almost said it, a couple days, but I forgot I was going to make this video a long time ago, and then I don't know. But regardless, it's very possible that we can make a World Series. It is very possible, but with what I know, I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Corbin Burnes, he deserves CY Young, even though I feel like Scherzer will still get it because the MLB hates small market, which is kind of ridiculous, but yeah, I get it. 11 wins probably isn't going to cut it, so I wouldn't be that upset. So, Burnes, Woody, and a healthy 100% Freddie Peralta, because Freddie has not been 100% in these last couple games. Obviously, before that shoulder injury, he was doing good, and then all of a sudden, he just was not doing good. So, with the division secured, here's the rotation plan that I have thoughts on. So, of course, we already have confirmed that it's going to be Corbin Burns Game 1 and Brandon Woodruff Game 2. And they'll obviously be facing Charlie Morton and Max Fried, who are the Braves' star pitchers. Obviously, there is rotation between games 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 because of changing stadiums. And I think they got it really figured out. Burns, Woody, Peralta, and Eric Lauer should be the starting 4 guys. And Adrian Hauser should be a bullpen option. Obviously, someone that can play multiple innings if one of our pitchers struggles. And Hauser, he's been really improving, so I think that's a great deal. Obviously, remember, he was a bullpen pitcher when he started out. Also, Eric Lauer. Big surprise on the year that he's had. He went from being one of the worst pitchers I think I've ever seen. All of a sudden, he just changes his game, and I don't know what it did. He's just had a good year, other than giving that grand slam to end that season against the Dodgers in that game. But honestly, they weren't really playing for nothing, so I'm not gonna really, But it's gonna be interesting to see how we do. So, anyways, I'm gonna go. Game 1 should be Burns, of course, and Game 2 is Woody. Game 3, I'm going to go with Lauer since he's been given the better numbers. And also, he's been really good on the road. And Game 4, Peralta, obviously, because he's been struggling a little bit, so I wouldn't really want to start him Game 3, knowing that he could really not have a good debut. And then Burns, Game 5, if it ends up coming down to 5 games. So, the bullpen is the best we've had probably in years. But the problem is, Devin Williams decides to get drunk and he punches a wall. So he's out for the year because he had to get surgery on his hand. So here's the deal. When you got the lead into the 9th inning, Josh Hader comes in, and I feel like that basically can seal the deal because Josh Hader is Josh Hader. Now, when it comes to the bullpen, which guys are going to step up? You got Brad Boxberger, who in his last couple of days, he has a lot of runs, but that was a lot because of being trailing a lot of games, and they just put him in. Now, recently, he's been doing fine because they've just been practicing him. Jake Cousins, he's coming off the 10-day IL at the start of the series. He was really good this year, so that's great. Hunter Strickland, we gave a good shot on him. That's good. And then Brent Suter, of course, has been always a valuable option. And then even you can put Brett Anderson in a game maybe for an inning, but I don't think he'll make the team. I don't think he'll make the postseason roster. Just won't. All these guys are great, but Aaron Ashby. Now I'll say this: the last game he played, he did not do good, but it's okay. It's only one game. However, he's supposed to be our next big thing, and I think he's going to be a secret weapon because he's a lefty. He's a great pitcher. I really want to see them utilize him. Our pitching is really going to be what comes down to winning these games because, first off, Atlanta, they have hitters. They got Freddie Freeman. They got Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, Dansby Swanson. They got also guys that they got in trades. Adam Duvall's back, who was having an outstanding season with the Marlins. And a lot of other guys that they can really trust on. Now, of course, Atlanta, they have people that can hit the ball. And looking at it this year, Yelich and Hero were supposed to be our big-name players. That didn't happen because Yelich could not hit the ball. He got fatigued, COVID, and a back injury. And then Hero just couldn't even do anything, so he was in the minors for all the entire year. So Keston Daddy, who I used to call him, just wasn't working. So yeah, our pitching was really supposed to be, we had to rely on our pitchers, and that was just a tough thing for them. We have some guys that play defense, though. If you think about it, 162 games, it's hard to win them all, but I feel like if we actually had the offense that we had in 2019, where we hit tons of home runs, and Yelich's MVP, where he was still an MVP playing like that time, if we had that offense and this pitching, we'd win a World Series, no doubt. Just the problem is, these hitters that we have are not consistent. They're great defenders. They're great IQ players. The problem is, they're not knockout, punch-out guys. That's just how I see it. So, of course, Colton Wong, we know how he is. He's a great defender, and he's been our leadoff hitter, and he's been great this season. Not expecting him to do too much on the hitting, on the home run, but that's not his game. He's a leadoff hitter. That's why we got him. One week into the season, we traded Orlando Arcia, expecting Luis Urias to be the next big player for the franchise, and really he has been, but Adames was the real reason why the offense really progressed. He is my favorite player on the team. I love his heart. No book bag. I like it. I just like it. I love everything. Willie, Wong, and Urias have really been this core group of players has really been showing up when they needed. We also got some smart defenders and IQ players. Yes, JBJ. He was supposed to be good for us, but unfortunately he just had a bad year. He had like one good catch, but other than that, it was just a bad year for JBJ, which is unfortunate because I was really excited to see how we could use him, but it just did not work out. Tyrone Taylor and Jace Peterson was actually surprisingly better than what I expected. Plus, Jace Peterson can hit the ball when needed. Taylor also hits lots of home runs, so we're going to see him a lot later on. And then, of course, they also trade for Eduardo Escobar. That's another big deal. He can come in there and play first base and have Urias play third, and then we also got our big man first baseman. Obviously, it's either going to be Rowdy Tellez or Daniel Vogelbach. I don't believe it's going to be one or the other that makes the postseason roster, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be Rowdy Tellez, but we'll see. And then, of course, you got Avisel Garcia, who led the team in home runs. And then, of course, not today, Kane is doing his defense, as always, despite his age. The only thing that I think they could change is Omar Narvaez, who started the year out really great, has not been progressing, and Pena has, so I'm assuming I'd like to see Pena get more playing time because Omar has been slacking, unless Omar somehow goes off and does great, but that's the only thing I really like to see. This team is very special, and they have guys that can hit the ball, and even if Yelich comes back to MVP form, I think it's in the bag that we can get this. Do I think this team is World Series ready? No. But I feel like they are 1 year away from doing it. We have the pitching, and next year I think our pitching is even going to be better. I mean, it's crazy what we got. But I think what the Brewers need to do is bring back those people that really made this team a lot better offensively. I think we can win against the Dodgers and the Giants. I feel like we have that. But in order to win, you got to keep on pushing, and you got to trust your pitchers to have the best games. You also had to rely on your hitting. That's another thing. So anyways, my prediction for this series is I will say the Brewers win this series in 4 games. So anyways, it's your man Clubboy Bales. Stay tuned for more updates. Of course, I'll be making reaction videos to games whenever I can. Of course, tomorrow I'll make one, and then if I can, and then Saturday I am going to be busy, so I probably will not make one until Sunday, so you'll probably be seeing 2 reaction videos since Brewers and then the Packer game's on the same day, so I'll be a little busy, but it's whatever. So anyways, stay tuned for more updates. It's your man Clubboy Bales. Claws up Milwaukee. Let's get this done. Go Brewers. We'll see you next time.